Alright, hey, it's Mega here, and we've got another desktop show and tell video. So this is the X Plus Yukina Himeragi from Strike the Blood here, alright? So let me tell you how I got this figure. Man, I know I'm still trying to unbox all these figures that I got like 3 years later, because that's how old I've had this, how long I've had this figure, and it's been in the box the whole time. Just sitting there, and today I'm finally gonna unbox her. So I got her from actually this one I bought through a face-to-face transaction. Okay, I saw someone, I was looking at where I can get this figure from on My Figure Collection, and somebody was selling her he lived in California. He lived in Concord, California. I live in San Jose, so it's kind of still a long ways, but he came down to San Jose to check out Japantown one day, and he sold me her. So I got her for a whopping $60. So it's pretty good. And I think he just came down here to eat some ramen. So that's my story how I got her. He drove a Acura RSX, by the way, also too. It was a nice one. So yeah, so there she is. I told him I take good care of her, and I feel that I kind of have, but I kind of haven't. But now we're gonna go display her in the case. So in my opinion, this is one of the best Yukina Himeragi figures. I'm a big fan of Strike the Blood, and a big fan of Yukina. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like what's her name, Sayaka more. I think she's prettier, but they don't have any figures of her. So, but anyway, I think out of all the Yukina figures, this one is like the nicest. It has the nicest pose. She's got her weapon. They call it Snowdrift Wolf, or Sekiro is the Japanese name for it. I've read all the I've almost read all the English translated Strike the Blood novels. Okay, it's the light novels. So yeah, I'm a pretty big Strike the Blood fan. This is one of my favorite. This is probably the best. In my opinion, this is the best Yukina figure out there because of the pose. It's not overly lewd, and yeah, she has her weapon. So that's the reason I like this figure. I honestly, like all the other Yukina figures, they're just either in some kind of lewd pose or something, and Yukina really isn't like that. I don't know why why they like they like just making only lewd figures of her, but anyway, or it's like they're like overly overpriced. But so I got her for $60. I can tell you this. When I went to Akihabara, here's a story. I went to Akihabara, and I went to the Ami store. So if you know, that's like the Ami, right? The big figure, seller. They sell stuff online. Well, I had to go check out their actual store in Akihabara. And I saw this figure there, along with 3 other Yukina figures, by the way. And it was like almost like $200, like 200,000 yen or something, whatever the yen equivalent is of like $200. So I got a really good deal at that time. That was like in 2015 when I went to Japan, and it's like 2020 now. So I just looked online right now, and I think you can get her from anywhere from like $100 to like $150. So she's definitely a triple-digit figure, and she used to cost more. I guess she's come down in price because there's a lot of Yukina figures on the market now, and she's getting kind of old. So, but yeah, sure, her price is still up there, and I'm pretty sure I got her below market value. So I'm pretty happy with that. So. And I didn't have to pay for shipping or anything because I just met dude in Japantown, and then we did the transaction. So yeah, okay, that's my story. That's how I got her. Let's go check this figure out. So okay, so without much further ado, let's talk about the figure. So there's the box. We'll talk about the box first. Let's go over the front. So the front, there's a huge window. Like 90% of the front of the box is is a clear window. So I would say this would make an excellent box figure. So if when I unbox her, I may just put her back in, because it's a very nice. Looks like it would make a very nice box figure. Look at the sides, and the sides, like they continue on too. So you can, there's a pretty good viewing angle on it. So it's a very nice box if you don't scratch it all up. So yeah. And then you can see the figure. You can see the whole figure and like what's in there. So if you can take the plastic stuff that's holding her out and put the spear with her, put Snowdrift Wolf in with her pose and everything, I think this would make an excellent box figure, and it'll definitely keep the dust off of her. So down here we got some info here. It's a 1/7 scale pre-painted figure from the anime Strike the Blood right here, and then her name is Yukina Himeragi here, okay? You got a Katakawa sticker here. This is by, yeah, it says Strike the Blood up here. It's kind of got this bluish kind of border background back here. And then it's produced by the company X Plus. I don't think I have any other figures from X Plus. So this is my first one, so it would be interesting to see how it is. And yeah, so that's the front of the box. Very nice. I would say it would make a good box figure. Let's go take a look at the side. So the side here, kind of blue and purple and white splotches in the background. You got kind of like a 1/3 window right here. And then all the same info on the front. Strike the Blood, Himeragi, 1/7 scale pre-painted figure. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice it. There's you can see a kind of outline of the figure right here. And I'm not sure, this is probably based on actual artwork. So. And then there it is. There's a full picture of the figure right here, and a full picture of the back of the figure, so front and back. That's what it's going to look like when it's just fully assembled. You got a Strike the Blood logo here, and you know, all that splotches and stuff, and X Plus down right here. On this side, more of the splotches, and you got a big Strike the Blood logo right here. Okay. They definitely want you to know this is a Strike the Blood figure, because it's got, literally it says Strike the Blood. Let's count how many times it says Strike the Blood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you count this in the background. 7 just on the, you know, on the sides of the box. Okay. All right, let's go check out the top of the box real quick. Strike the Blood, Himeragi Yukina, 1/7 pre-painted scale figure. Okay, so I got a great deal on her. Okay, so let's go unbox her. Okay, so before I put the box away, that's what the inside of the box looks like. It's kind of like a red blood background. I guess it kind of makes... It's a fitting color because it's a, you know, vampires drink blood, so yeah, it's a very dark, like a dark red color. Let's see what from the top. The whole thing. Like that. The box is a little bit messed up. The inside of the box is a little messed up. But okay, there she is. Holy crap, man. Okay, so unboxing the figure is pretty straightforward, and assembling, you know, putting her on the base was pretty straightforward, but putting the spear in her hand was very difficult. I was afraid I was going to break her arm off, this arm. Fortunately, she's pretty flexible, and also so the hard part is getting this part through her hand right here. Yeah. So, and it goes through her hair like perfectly. Kaboom! Just goes straight through her hair like that. So pretty nice. And yeah, I had to force her hand open a little bit, and then just really get some force in there. And you have to be careful not to break it, because it's kind of delicate too. I was afraid I was going to snap the handle, the staff part. Okay, and then you got to put the tip on it. It's pretty easy to just to put it in her hand, but she won't hold it unless it's through her hand. I was just gonna like just let it sit outside of her hand, but it'll just fall off. So once you put her together, I wouldn't suggest taking her apart again. You're definitely gonna get some scratches on the hand right here where you have to slide it in. You can either slide it in, or you can try to open up her fingers and like just stick it in there, but I went with sliding it in. There's no instructions in it. I don't know if it came with any. Alright, so I'm going to go take a close look at her. We'll do a quick 360, and then I'll take a look at her, tell you what I think. We'll go over some details of the figure, and then we'll get some 360 shots and some close-ups, and then that'll be the end of the video. So. Alright, looks very good. I like it. I like it already. Okay, so I've looked her over, and she is great. I like her. I like her a lot. She's definitely worthy of being a triple-digit figure. That's for sure. Especially even back then, back in like 2015-ish. I'm not really sure how old this figure is. Let me check. Okay, according to my figure collection, she is a 2014 figure. So she's 6 years old now. But anyway, yeah. So it's a 6-year-old figure. It's 2020 now when I'm reviewing this. Yeah, so, you know, in those times, there's not very many triple-digit figures. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Most of the figures are sub $100, so. But I got this one for less than $100, so let's take a closer look at her and tell you what I like about her. Let's take a look at the base first. Let's start from the bottom and go on up. Okay, there's the base. So if anybody knows, Yukina's color is like blue. She's always featured with some blue, like her school uniform is blue. She's on like literally all the covers of the Strike the Blood novel, and there's always a kind of like a blue theme with it. So and this is no you know, this is no exception right here. It says Strike the Blood down here, and there's a blue stripe on the bottom, and it's an all clear base. So that's what they went with. And if you look, so I have a mirror base right here, a rotating stand, and you can see her feet like stuck on the foot pegs and stuff. So you can see clear through. I have to say, when I put her on the base, I had to like close her legs I had to like squeeze them a little bit to get them in there. But that means she's in there like firmly. So very good. And that's the base. There's some kind of writing down here. Strike the Blood Project. It's a copyright thing. And when you look at her, I guess when you look at her from the front, like how you're supposed to view her, I think, it's kind of like at an angle. It kind of just goes between her legs at an angle. I was expecting it to be like, you know, straight so you can read it or something, but works for me, I guess. Alright, so let's take a look at the legs. Alright, so there's her. So she's wearing her signature school uniform. She's wearing kind of some black shoes. Or are they like loafers or something? Whatever they wear for the school uniform. She's got some not quite knee-high socks on, or stockings. They're kind of like a dark blue color. I think there is a bit of shading on the top. Right here it gets a little bit darker, and it seems to get darker in the it seems to get lighter in the middle. Yeah. I see a line here. You know what? No, it's like a shin bone or something. It's really sharp. Her shin is like a really sharp. The front part of her shin, really sharp. I almost mistook that for like a mold line or something. You know, that they didn't fill or sand properly. But no, it's actually just got really sharp No, look, there's one right here. Yeah, so I don't know. It's either like a fold of the socks or something too. It could be anything. I don't know. But she's got really sharp legs. That's what I'm gonna say. So I don't know. I can't fault it for anything over there. Okay, I had to adjust my camera settings because her skin color was kind of weird. So anyway, so there's a picture of the legs right there. You can see just a tad bit of shading back here, that or it's just a shadow from the molding, but I think it really is, they really did paint some shading into there a little bit. Our legs look nice and soft and everything. Ooh, you can get a little bit of that panty shot right there. If you know Himeragi, Yukina Himeragi, her panties get shown a lot in the show, but it's not like she does it on purpose. So, also I'd like to point out the skirt is, I don't know if you can remove the skirt, but it's loose. So you see, you can move it around. It's a separate part of the figure right there. So yeah, since we're talking about the skirt, let's take a look at it. All right, very nice. Yeah, so the kind of like design on it and stuff, and the pleats and stuff are very nice. Everything is nice and straight. You know, what you would expect out of like a $100 figure. There's the booty shot. And like I said, it's and it's kind of like the wind is blowing it up a little bit, so you get a little peek under there. And she's wearing pink, by the way. Okay. All right, so let's move up a little bit. So you can see her belly button, and it's like her top is like kind of, the wind is like kind of blowing her top up a little bit. So like I said, this is like one of the less lewd looking Yukina figures. She's not in some kind of weird pose showing off her panties and stuff. You know, it's very subtle, is what I'm gonna say. that's why I like it. All right, there's her uniform top. She's kind of got like it's kind of like a dark blue bow tie here, and you can see some kind of shading like where her armpits are. It's a little light, very light blue shading in the paint, and then you can see there's like a pocket right here, and then yeah, you can see some buttons. There's some buttons molded into it, right here and right here. They're white buttons. There's another pocket right there, and then like the outlines of the uniform are blue. It's a sailor uniform, by the way. And then the top part is blue here with a little kind of a line stripe going around it. Very nice. You can actually see into the top too. You can almost see her armpit, but not quite. You know, it looks like it's very thick, like a very thick material. But yeah, that's what kind of makes it a little unrealistic. But there's her face. I like her face. Looks good. She's kind of got like a light brownish hair. She's got those big kind of brown eyes and a smiley face. Even like you know, it looks very natural. The kind of line here to use to put the hair together. Usually, some figures will have like a big gap there. It's not very noticeable on this figure, and you can see her ears right here, kind of peeking out of her hair. Very nice. There might be a tiny bit of shading on her hair. Like I said, it's kind of like a dark brown color. Okay, and then let's go take a look at a Snowdrift Wolf, the demon killing spear. Yeah, it was the Lion King organization's top secret weapon is what she carries. So there it is. That's definitely you know, it gets a lot of screen time in the anime. So let's take a look. So here's the staff part of it, and also it like if you guys don't know from the anime, it can like expand and contract, and you can like fold the blades down and stuff, so you can make it a lot more compact. So that's why it's kind of, I guess that's why it's kind of thicker here, and it's skinnier here. Like this, like boop, pops out of there in the anime. So this doesn't do it. So and then there's it's got a like kind of grip here, and it's a little bit kind of knurled and stuff, so you can grip it better. Pretty nice. And then let's take a look at the actual blade part of the spear. Okay, and I would like to point out, it's kind of like a steel color. It does look metallic. It doesn't look very plasticky. That's one of the complaints I have with some figures with like metallic looking parts. This actually does look like it's made out of steel. Like the color they chose for the paint works very good. It doesn't look very plasticky is what I want to say. Okay, there's a picture of the other side right there. It's got some kind of like intricate designs here and stuff. Very nice. I think they did a good job on it. And then you can kind of see the knurling in here a little more for the grip. Okay, so I think that's all there is to talk about. I couldn't find any real major problems with her. She's pre-owned, so I don't know if they displayed her or not, but she's nice and clean. They take good care of her, and I've been taking good care of her too. So I think I'm gonna keep her in the box is what I'm gonna do. There is no optional. I don't think there's any optional like poses or anything you can do with this figure. It's just kind of stuck like that. But I like this figure a whole lot. It's very high quality. It's, you know, what you would expect from a scale figure, and she's got like a nice pose. It's not overly lewd, as I'm saying. Like it's, you know, very subtle. And yeah. So those of you Strike the Blood and Yukina fans, can't go wrong with this one. If you could find her for a good deal. I know she's come down in price from, you know, how much she was back then. The prices for her were insane, but I think there's just a lot of Yukina figures out now, so her prices come down. So go if you're a fan of Yukina or Strike the Blood, go for it. 80s Mega, thumbs up. Also, let's go grab one of the novels. All right, ta-da! So there it is. So this is volume 11 of Strike the Blood, the English, the American version, and so you can see the Yukina's theme is blue. Like they always show her with some kind of blue. Like her uniform is blue. The text on the title is blue here. The author and the illustrator's name are blue, Gakuto Mikumu and Manyako, and the spine is blue. The text is blue. The outlines are blue. So everything is blue. That's the color that, you know, we've come to associate Yukina with. so yeah. So look at the illustrations from the cover of the book and compare it to the figure. So yeah, you got the blue skirt with the kind of light lines on it. It looks just like that. You know, there's the pockets with the blue. You know, the blue openings and stuff. You got the ribbon. She's even got this. So there's this white part that's between the like the chest part, like an upper chest part. It's white and it has like a kind of white blue line through it. It's got it right here. Yep. And then the blue part of the top of the uniform. There's a line here, and there's a line right here too. I didn't mention that before. There's a line here on the figure too. Like, it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but there's one that goes all the way around it. So very nice attention to detail, X+. It looks, you know, it's true to the illustrations in the book. And actually, this the pose. I know I just happened to grab the volume with like the right pose too. The pose is very similar to the one that's on this cover too, by the way. It's just like how she normally holds her weapon. All right, so yeah, so yeah, like I said, if you're a big Yukina Himeragi fan, this is a figure for you, man. This is the plastic waifu for you. All right, so we'll get some 360 shots and close-ups, and that'll be the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I'm really excited for this one. You know, like I said, I'm a big Strike the Blood fan, and there's very few Yukina figures. Well, there's like more than a handful of Yukina figures, but I think this one is the nicest one because, you know, it's not overly lewd and stuff. So, all right, here's we go. Okay, so before I go away, I just like to show that she does make a good box figure. But the spear is kind of too long. It kind of touches the side of the box here, like right here. So you can really only display her in like two positions, either like this or like that. Like she's facing the other way. I'll show you what she looks like the other way. So here, from here, if you're looking straight at the box, you can kind of like get a peek at her panties a little bit, type of view. I guess that's the best thing about that. And then if I pick her up out of the box real quick and move her about 90 degrees ish, I can get it. So there we go. It's almost touching the wall, but not quite. So there's only really two ways you can view her. Okay. So it's either, you know, it's either with this hip out or the other hip out. So it's like, do you want the pantsu shot or do you not want the pantsu shot? But you know what? You could probably get a peek at them if you looked at it at an angle. It's up to you. Honestly, I think it looks better like this. It's interesting. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep her in the box. The box looks nice. I like it. It's got a nice big window. It's a shame that you can't like move her pretty freely in there though. The base fits in there. Like if the base fits in there, you can rotate the base all you want. If you took the spear out, you can probably rotate her all you want too. But what's the point? She's got to have the spear. So yeah. So you could either have her with like this hip facing out or the other hip facing out. So right now the other hip is facing the back. So all right. So yeah, that's it. So that's one option you can have of displaying her. That, or you can put her in a display case or wherever you put your figures. The good thing about this is she won't get dusty. The box will get dusty, but she won't get dusty. All right.